Man, I said was good, YouTube. We back with another one. JayBxTunedIN and we in tune. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up, man? I know y'all see the title right now. We got Pearly Things YouTube channel. Not sure if y'all seen her. Yeah, she's hot right now. She's been doing her thing from last year and talking about things in society with females and men. I know a lot of females, if you were to hear her talk, I feel like y'all would disagree and dislike her points, but she really be talking facts. And this is an older woman that's like, she's speaking from a female's point of view, and she's not being biased to her own gender. Like, she's talking real truths. But this title right now is called Modern Woman Fear Competition, and Andrew Tate is guest on her podcast today, so we're gonna tune in and see what he has to say.
You tell me.
Ask me.
Wait, so let's ask the single ladies. What would you prefer?
I would prefer someone who's monogamous. I left a situation where I got the Bentley, I had all that, I had the kids, I had that was great. I want a companion, I want real love, and to me, what monogamy means to me is someone who's committed to themselves. That's like, the answer is within you. And to be honest, I feel like, again, like the sex has been lost in translation and what it means. I don't care, man or female. It's been lost as it's so sacred. So for me, I have kind of taken those blinders off where I'm like, okay, he has to be here. I'm okay with dating the trainer in Austin, Texas. That's just where I'm at. Like, I don't need a certain thing because I know what I'm wanting. Most guys in that.
So it took you all that time to find out that you didn't need all that. That's right. That's basically what I'm getting. Like, you got the Bentley, you got it, but you realized you had to sleep around. All right.
Percentage are not going to give me. So I would rather have a monogamous man than someone who can do whatever.
So you think the personal trainer is going to be monogamous? They're like known for cheating, no?
Well, I mean, here's my thing. Like, I get it. Like, I don't generalize people because I'm one of the most misunderstood people online as well. And I feel like there's a lot more to me, and I don't like to just put everyone in a box. I'd like to get to know people. So no, I'm not going to just say, oh, well, of course he's going to cheat on me. Like, no.
Okay.
What the fuck was that voice?
Would you take a guy that makes $35,000 a year and had a dad bod? Monogamous?
Had a dad bod?
Yeah, dad bod.
I feel like for me, I would want someone who.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
I pour into myself and I'm accountable for my shit. I'm aware of what I got going on. I'm not gonna have a mom bod. I'm in the gym. I had a baby a year and a half ago. I'm in the gym 4 to 5 times a week. So I would want someone who can match at least the work ethic. Now, when it comes to money, I know for me, I want to be able to, I do not want to rely on a man. I have literally done that before. It didn't pan out in my favor. Okay. Cause what happens is you get the rug ripped from under you and then now you fucking get out, bitch, give me the motherfucking keys. It isn't that. So for me, the lifestyle I want, I am responsible for. So I don't look for a man to make X amount of dollars because anything that I want, I'm going to get myself.
Well, because in my head, I feel like a guy's just as likely to cheat if he's in the top 20% of like looks. Just as likely as money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't.
Let me ask a quick question just so I can clarify something, because I understand your points. You're saying you want a partner, a life partner. Are you sure? And I'm not accusing. I'm genuinely asking. Are you sure you're not confusing the amount of time the man spends with you with his monogamy? Because they're different things. Because what happens a lot of the time, if a man's out here chasing chicks, he's barely home. But imagine you had a man who was home 7 nights a week. He was always home. I'm talking about like an hour, like during his work lunch. You don't even notice. Then would you even give a shit about monogamy if you had all of his time effectively? Would you really care?
I still would care because I feel like that's still just an hour a day and it's not really quality time. I feel I really have been in so many different situations. Again, the trainer in Austin to the NBA player baby daddy. Like I have seen all of that stuff. And it's just my personal experience and perspective to where I want someone that sees the value in the Grand Canyon. I want somebody who.
I understand. Okay. Like, so that's.
The Grand Canyon is deep, sweetie. That shit deep. Deep, yo.
That's a good point. And so I'll just ask the first question. I'm going to ask the second question. The realization you've come to is an interesting one. It is something that happens, especially to females as they mature. Don't you think it's strange, or why do you think that 0 women on earth choose those kind of men who they perhaps have slightly lower status, but are more likely to be loyal to them and be monogamous, etc. In the modern world, because like I said, the world's changed. Why do you think 0 women choose them when they're at the peak of their choices? So when a woman is 19 and she can go anywhere she wants, every man wants her. She can go on any yacht in Miami. She can get flown out to Dubai. When she has all the choices in the world, why is she completely uninterested in those kind of men? And then when she gets to a certain age of maturity and there's a whole new generation of girls who have all the choices, then they sit there and go, you know what? I deserve monogamy and and they all of a sudden want to grow up and mature. Why does no woman decide that when she actually is at her most valuable?
I feel like like I said, I don't like to speak for all women. I just speak for myself. But I know for
You can speak for yourself, but this is a problem every woman has though. Because they get to a certain point, they feel like everything or this should be theirs or they should be treated this way. After you're out going about doing certain things. So like, I want to hear her
for me that I
talk.
was looking for a man for a lifestyle, something that I was not able to do individually by myself. So that's why it's like, well, yeah, I want to be able to do this, do that. I want to go for the football player that was just on GQ. And in reality, now I realize, well, okay, there's a lot that comes with that. I can make my own money. I don't necessarily need that type of guy for the happiness that I'm looking for. Again, seeing value in
But that's what you wanted though.
the Grand Canyon is a lot different than like, okay, here's money for this, here's allowance for that,
And that's
here's
the
an hour
same
of my
thing
time.
as you asking why a man that is 20, 21, 23 is not a top G like a 30, 40-year-old man.
No, the point,
your age actually dictates your sort of maturity to a large extent.
Well, I'm arguing the point. The point I'm trying to make is that what I actually think happens, especially in the modern world, because the modern world's all fucked up and nothing's the way it's supposed to be. The traditional life path of a female is she's 17, she's 18, she's 19, and her value is massively inflated. And I don't blame her. Of course it's massively inflated. Imagine being 19 years old, have achieved exactly fucking zero in your life, knowing nothing. You put makeup on, and sports stars, billionaires, actors, the most important famous people on the planet, the richest men on the planet are begging for your attention. The ego you're going to develop, let's all be honest, right? The ego you're going to develop is going to be monu-fucking-mental. I'm special, I'm so gorgeous, all this bullshit, right? And then what happens as they grow older, as new generations come along, because the truth is most women are at their peak attraction, let's say in their early 20s. As they grow older, what women become is far more fearful of competition. This is why you'll see a woman who's a bit older go, oh, I really want monogamy. What she's scared of is her dude getting a 21-year-old. That's what she's fucking scared of. She may not know it. She may not say it. But basically, that's what the truth is. Because she knows a 21-year-old is going to be more desirable, higher status, more fertile. That's what she's scared of.
Cheating is bad when you're 30 or 27.
So no, but it's not about that. I'm telling you the shift in the female mentality, because when a female is 20, she doesn't give a fuck about any of this. She doesn't want to find the nice man. Now she's trying to, like you're saying, chasing a lifestyle, chasing.
That's what I'm saying. Yo. So like, every young female out there, 20s and up, you gonna want to wild out. This is what he's saying, right? You're going to want to wild out until it's time to come down. You trying to settle down now. Before you try to settle down, it's a little too late now. You've been wilding on the island, talking to this nigga, doing that. This nigga give you attention, you feeding it, think you the shit, acting bougie, Hollywood, right? So you meet a nigga, right? Early, this is later on in life. This is a scenario. You in your 20s, boom, cool. Y'all talking. He sees someone else. It's a little bit, younger looking. You're not old looking yet, but you know what I'm saying? It's a little more attractive. But, you know what I'm saying? She give that nigga the time of day. And now you're like, damn, you don't want to like lose your nigga. But before, you was doing the exact same thing when you was younger. In a sense, like, I don't know if y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like, for he explains it better.
The shift in the female mentality, because when a female is 20, she doesn't give a fuck about any of this. She doesn't want to find the nice man. Now she's trying to, like you're saying, chasing a lifestyle, chasing Mr. Promiscuous, chasing Mr. Famous. Doesn't give a shit until she starts getting scared. Oh shit. Oh, my age begins with 3 now. And then they change, their mentality changes. It's a fear element. That's the reality. And it's a biological fear element. I'll give you an example of it. You know what's amazing about humans? We are still very primal. When men like these two and me, when we walk through the mall, people just move. It's like you can sense when the big animals turn up, right? It's something amazing about humans. If you have a very attractive 45-year-old woman, she's gorgeous, but a gorgeous 19-year-old walks in, look at that 45-year-old woman's face. She's furious. She fucking hates her. She just doesn't like her for no reason.
It's this fact, y'all. If you see a prettier bitch than you, it's just like y'all was always in competition with each other, low key. It's a fact. It's a fact.
Because women understand, unfortunately, but your age is a massive indicator in your value. In an inverse way to men are more valuable as we get older. Every woman knows that. Every woman will sit here and go, yeah, I know a man who's older than me. Of course. But if I say it the other way around, I'm misogynistic. It's just the reality of the world. So then we have to go into the other point. The point is this. When you were at your peak value, you had zero interest in monogamy. But then you find a man who's 35 at his peak value. He's finally struggled and worked because when he was 19, no girl spoke to him. When he was 23, he was broke. When he was 24, he had no life experience. When he was 25, he couldn't fuck. When he was 20, whatever. He finally gets to the point where he's now at his peak value. Him at 35 is you when you were 19. And then you're sitting there saying to him, no, you should be monogamous. It's like, well, you fucking weren't. You did whatever you wanted in your peak. Now I'm finally got there. And I had to work for my shit. God gave you. God and L'Oreal gave you. I had to fucking struggle.
He be hitting the nail on the motherfucking head. Bro, us niggas, we gotta work for what we get, bro. You could be a pretty bitch and just have it all, bro. It's like, I don't understand why the world's like that, but it just is. You know what I mean? There's no complaints. Feel me? You pretty bitch, you get all the attention. Feel me? All the niggas come to you. Ugly nigga. Cool. You grow up, you glow up a little bit. Probably still not getting no bitches. You gotta still work to get what you get. You broke. She fuck with the nigga that got the car. You don't got the car. You still gotta work for that. You finally get the car. She finds a nigga with another car, maybe get some more money. You still broke. Damn, I got the car. I still can't get it. Alright, shit. Let me double up again. You working even harder. You still not nowhere to where she's chasing other niggas that's above you still, and now you thinking like, damn, am I not? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that? That's just the world. That's society. Like, survival of the fittest. And once that woman's beauty starts to deteriorate or go down, as he said, in age, cool. Now it's like, okay, we women like older men now, so like he finally gets to where he needs to be now. He's a little older, he's in his 30s. Boom. He grinded his ass off. Now he's here. A pretty bitch comes along, probably gets her. Now you feel a little bit like, damn, like he was after me whole time, and now he with someone else. For a different example, a little different what he's saying. Like, you feel the way, right? But now, like, before, you didn't care about none of that shit because you was at the top of the world because niggas is telling you look good, this and that. All of a sudden, he's doing his thing now. It's like,
I had to go through hell to get on this yacht. You got on the yacht with an Instagram DM. I had to buy it. And now you're telling me I need to fucking settle down and behave and grow up? Fuck
the fuck out of here.
Well, because
it's bullshit.
You're assuming that the journey is a man that starts with nothing to something, because there's a lot of men that have
exactly the journey of every man on earth. We are born without value.
Do you think
so there's specificity in that?
Can I just
because that's not how it should be for everybody, and that's not how it is.
Nah, that's for everybody. No niggas just got it like that. No nigga from the day they were born, unless they were in royalty or some shit.
For everybody, and not for every woman either, as well, may I just say.
Can I ask Brittany something, please? You know, like, then you've learnt in the past, and now you want to find someone to settle down. With hindsight now, would you have reversed it and like started young, looking for someone to settle down with, looking for those values that now you know? I'm talking that with hindsight.
Okay, well, I actually, from 18 to 22, I was in a relationship. I've always actually been a lover girl, despite what I put out online for,
I've never
views.
seen you online.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, that's even better. I have always wanted one person, and I feel like I was so delusional in thinking that, oh, I'm like you said, like I have value, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm at my peak. Like, why wouldn't you want to be with me? So going into these relationships, or just like, just people, my goal was always to get commitment. Like, I'm giving you my time, I'm pouring into you because I want commitment. And the reality is I never really understood my value. So I was going through guys, giving up sex, doing this, and it didn't make sense. So I believe in, like, I stand on everything I do. Like, I don't do apology tours. It is what it is. And I think that's where I feel like when they talk about women being delusional and all these other things, it is true. Because what you have to understand is that there are repercussions to your decisions, which is fine. So then you're talking about, okay, well, I want this type of guy, I want this, that, and that. You're talking about maybe monogamy. That's 3 to 5% of animals are monogamous. I think that's what it is. Right? So your window is really, really small for what you're looking for. And even to go on to the point you said where you were talking about it's like a subconscious fear, I think it's like, for me, I feel like if it was more of a fear, I would have just stayed in my situation. Like, it wouldn't have made sense. Like, I mean, that was my first kid. I thought I waited and did it right. I left because I believe it. There's something else on my heart when it comes to love, and I'm just going to have to trust that. And if that means being alone, having a dog, I have to take that chance because the Bentley, the ring, the house, and still getting, again, deceived, right? Disrespected, because deceit is disrespect, right? So I cannot settle for that.
But why are you getting disrespected? What you don't just get disrespected just cause.
I can't suck a dick and shut up. And that is where a lot of people don't like my views and what I represent because it is something new. I don't know how it's going to fucking end. I don't know what's going to happen.
What would you tell your 17, if you had to, like, what would you tell your 17-year-old self, knowing what you know now? Looking back and you had to meet yourself at 17, what would you tell what would you tell yourself? Like, lock it down and wait for the right man, don't have sex. What would you tell your 17-year-old self?
That the answers aren't outside of you, because I feel like I'd always look for men to answer all of my questions that I've ever had. I thought when I had a man, it would complete me. And I feel like too, especially with like my dad not being in my life, you look for somebody to guide me. Like, so that's where for me, I put too much value in someone else having the answers for me. So that's why I'm really big on accountability. So I would just tell myself, like, to be patient, to take your time, because
You can see the hurt in her face. She's coming along. She's learned after mad, terrible decisions.
always quick. Let's try to get.
I could read the face, bro. She looked like she's fucked up. Like, she knew what she did. Like, all that bullshit she was doing was fucking ridiculous.
Relationship, like, we weren't even compatible. There's a lot of just not compatible factors. So I feel like for me, it would be to slow down and to really get to know people instead of just blindly banking on potential that most likely will never be tapped into, or selling myself short because there's a fear of, well, I don't know, this could be the best that I could get. I might as well just shut up and suck a dick.
And that's what I meant about women nowadays, because exactly what you'd be telling your 17-year-old self is what happened back in the day. So when I'm repeating these things, I'm going, oh, you're old fashioned. But it seems like women do what they like, and then they hit a certain age and say, oh, well, I've got to settle. But it's not settling. You're just getting whatever you can.
You know,
or whatever you deserve.
You know what?
Because
Auntie,
if you think back now, you'd be telling people now, rather than say that Auntie's old fashioned or Auntie don't know what she's talking about, look what she'd be telling her 17-year-old self, which ain't nothing that I ain't already said.
Yeah,
because
that's fine.
really and truly, really and truly, let me finish. Because what I've always said, and you can check, I'm an older version of you. So where you've been, I've already been on up comeback. So that's why I asked you, what would you tell your 17-year-old self? Because me telling you is, I'm telling my 30-year-old self. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So it's not that I'm old-fashioned. It's just that women hit a certain age and then realize, oh my God, it wasn't that old-fashioned. You know, it works because it does. But there's no point in waiting till you're a certain age to start thinking about it. You know, even if you're like, you hold your own accountability. So it's like if you meet somebody and they were like 17, 18 and you saw them acting a certain way, they ask you for advice, you wouldn't say do as I do. You say, listen, this is what happened to me and this is what I thought and what I recommend you do is blah, blah, blah. Am I right or am I wrong? If they ask you for your advice.
No, I totally get what you're saying. Like, I totally agree with that. I think that no matter what you decide to do, you have to accept whatever repercussions come behind that. So any advice that I give to anybody is do what you want, but just know there are repercussions, good, bad, or indifferent, that are going to come behind it. So, I mean, and I think that's just where I'm at. I don't even think it's like an age thing. I think it's like, in reality, I have a son, and you really start asking yourself questions. And again, I hate that it took having a child to really look into my life and call myself out on my bullshit.
So if you got pregnant earlier, if you got pregnant at 18, 19, would it?
I was always on birth control. Okay. I was on birth control for a decade. I got off birth control because the person I was with wanted to have a baby. Okay. So again, I thought I did it right. Clearly not, because I wasn't married, but it still didn't work out because it just wasn't my guy. So that's where I just think, like, even if I still would have taken it slow, there just were a lot of people that just were genuinely not my person, and that's okay.
I would just
Speaking
go
of
on.
marriage, I wanted to know, do you think we're in a... As many of you know, I was just banned on TikTok, and we are demonetized on a daily basis on this platform. If you want to help, please consider on a daily basis on just banned on TikTok, and we are demonetized on a daily basis on this platform. If you want to help, please consider sending a super thanks below. Every donation.
I think you get a lot. But wow, what a message. Take accountability, y'all. Even you feel me? You gotta take accountability. But females, man, try to fix y'all kryptonite, man. Stop all the hoeing. Stop all this. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like she'll be little different. You know what I'm saying? You stop the bullshit, we stop the bullshit. Not saying we necessarily always doing shit, but like shit will just be more simple, especially in modern society right now. Both sides is on bullshit, but females, man, this is the major come up, right? City girls acting up. You got, you know what I'm saying? All this shit is just empowering y'all. It's just foolishness, bro. The munch. Doing this, like OnlyFans, like it's just too much, bro. Like y'all gotta realize when y'all have a kid, and your kid finds out you doing OnlyFans. I hope they're happy for you. I hope they, you know what I'm saying. My mommy does OnlyFans. What does your mommy do? My mom's a nurse. Your mom does what? OnlyFans. Just remember that kid's face when he or she comes home and tells you, "Mom, he said that you be getting your shit clapped." You know what I'm saying? Hey man, that's it for the video though. Let me know what y'all thought. Just start taking accountability, female. That's all I gotta say. Like, comment, subscribe. We gonna catch y'all in the next one, man.
Cause I just go to AP. I ain't give birth, now that bitch in my baby. I just be trying like, look. Bitches be hyped when I give them my book. My oppositions be shook. They see me outside but too scared to look. I play the field of my ball mains. Off-white, ain't no cocaine. Hit the plug for the whole thing. Bitches going noodles like low main. Past that, I need me a fully. I feel like a boogie all up in this hoodie. I beat the beat up like a bully. These niggas be talking about, I know they pussy. They whole squad full of rookies. Them niggas is not in the field. Y'all niggas not ready to drill. I'm chasing money for real. Shorty on me cause I'm flexing. She think that I'm hard, but girl, that's a weapon. Yeah, we could kick it like Tekken. I'm down for a 3, so come with your best friend. Shorty, she like what I'm dressed in. Baby, I'm flickety, know what I'm reppin'. Shorty, she like what I'm dressed in. Baby, I'm flickety, know what I'm reppin'. Shorty on me cause I'm flexing. She think that I'm hard, but girl, that's a weapon. Yeah, we could kick it like Tekken. I'm down for a 3, so come with your best friend. Shorty